If you're a child of the 90s like me, chances are good you enjoyed a little-known operating system called Windows 98. And if you're a 90s kid, the nostalgia runs deep, which means that any chance we get to relive our childhood is very welcome. And so, when I had an idea on how I could get Windows 98 running in its full glory on one of these Anbernic handhelds, obviously I was going to do that, but it was not without its problems, so let's get into it. So for this project, my candidate was the RG35XX SP, which still had stock Anbernic firmware running on it, which I could still work with, but the secret sauce I had to get down there was a recent version of DOSBox Pure, which, if you don't know, has a feature that lets you install an operating system and then from that operating system run other software. It's a pretty awesome feature, and that's what enables this project, but unfortunately in the Anbernic stock firmware, at least at the time, didn't have a recent enough version of DOSBox Pure in its RetroArch core list, and so what I had to do was download the latest core from GitHub and then navigate down into the folder where the cores are stored using the file manager built into stock OS. Then all I had to do was just copy over the new core file over top of the old core file, and just like that I had the newest version of DOSBox Pure on Anbernic stock firmware. So first step done. And so for the Windows files, you just put them in a zip file like this, and then your separate game files can get zipped up like shown here, and then all I have to do is put them in the DOS folder in your ROMs directory, just like any other game. Okay. Then what we'll do is we'll boot up the handheld, navigate to our DOS folder, and then launch the Windows 98 zip file. We'll tell it to run with DOSBox Pure, and then we'll choose the option that says boot and install new operating system. We'll choose the hard drive size we want, and it doesn't have to be huge because programs will get their own little virtual hard drive when you add them later. And after you choose an option, it'll probably look like it's frozen, but it's actually building the little virtual hard drive file on the SD card, so give it a sec. And then if you're lucky, you can just hit Start Windows 98 Setup from CD-ROM, go through the prompts, enter your product key, and it'll install just fine like you would install it in the 90s. But if you're unlucky like me, you'll encounter a number of issues. Before we go any further, it should be noted that you will find it very helpful that clicking in the thumbstick is how you make the keyboard appear in DOSBox Pure, and in the RetroArch menu, you can tell it to treat your control stick as a mouse pointer, which will make this process much easier. And if you're using a handheld that doesn't have a control stick like the SP, if you're using a delightful custom firmware like MooOS, you can just tap that power button to turn it into an analog stick, like I mentioned in a recent video. I should also note that the most recent version of MooOS has the latest version of DOSBox Pure, so you can skip that update step if you're using that. But anyway, the issues that I had to overcome mostly stemmed from file system integrity checks or something, and so the workaround I came up with was to proceed with the install operating system button, but then when you get that first screen for the Windows 98 setup process, you hit F3 to bail out into the command prompt that's part of setup, and from there you can enter the command setup/is, which skips all the file system integrity checks. And after that, you should be able to happily glide through the installation steps as you'd expect. I chose a typical install, so I'll get all the little bonus goodies that came with 98, since those are the ones I played with as a kid because I had no internet access on my computer, so the control panel was fun. And for me, install succeeded, but then proceeded to hang on an hourglass for 2 days. You might think, wow, Coulter, that's really patient of you. No, I plugged it into a USB port under my desk and kind of forgot about it for 48 hours, and I was like, oh my word, you are still trying to install Windows or something. And so, against my better judgment, I hard reset the computer by closing and reopening the game, Windows 98. Super meta. And it was able to boot into Windows a little bit farther, and I got a weird network password prompt, so I just closed out of that. And then I got an illegal operation error, which I was like, oh shoot, this thing's corrupt. But then I'd restart it, and I get a little bit farther in the boot process, and I'd get a different illegal operation error. And then I get a little farther, and a little farther, and with every reboot, I was slowly making it all the way until I finally actually saw a desktop. And so I figured, okay, I must have corrupted something in my weird install process. And so as soon as I can get to a command prompt, I'll run sfc scan now to let Windows do some self-repair using modern troubleshooting techniques, which I found out was not a command line application in 98, but was actually a graphical tool. So I opened up the SFC tool and had it scan for problems. And that tool gave us a clean bill of health. So apparently, I all of a sudden had a clean, complete install of Windows 98 running on my Anbernic handheld. And it was also at this point that I realized that the DOSBox Pure core lets you allocate more memory to the operating system, which I totally should have done because that would have made my install process a lot easier. I think it was choking on 16 megabytes, and so I cranked that bad boy to 64 megabytes, as if I was really wealthy in the 90s and had that money. Even though SFC gave us a clean bill of health, I still got an error here and there, but it wasn't anything breaking. I could close it, in a worst case, restart the machine. And before I knew it, I was using MS Paint from 98 and the calculator app. It sounds so mundane, but honestly, like, the nostalgia just came rushing back. Like, if you know, you know. Windows 98 was where it was at. And at this point, there was nothing left to do but play the absolute best game ever made for Windows 98, which was Griffon Bricks, which was a way early predecessor to the Lego Designer tool that I don't think exists anymore. And it's a game/tool so wonderful that words cannot describe it. So, see for yourself. To actually boot into the game, you actually back out to your ROMs folder, and that's when you go to that zip file of the game you made earlier. And when you boot it, there's an option to boot using installed operating system, which is super cool because it actually attaches the game to a mini virtual hard drive and then mounts that virtual hard drive to the operating system, which lets it show up as like a drive D or something, similar to if you put it in a CD drive, which you can then open up and then run its setup.exe file like you would back in the day, which will give you a shiny desktop icon to give you all the nostalgic feels. Also, you might be wondering why there's been an FPS counter going the whole time in my B-roll, and that's because I was benchmarking other games before this project and forgot to turn it off, but honestly, it was a huge help just to know that this handheld was still doing something in those long periods where I was like, do I shut it down? Do I let it finish its thing? But I'd see the FPS blip a little bit, and I'm like, oh, now he's cooking. Let him cook. If you're curious in doing this project yourself, I would recommend checking out the DOSBox Pure webpage or GitHub or whatever it is, because it outlines the most recent developments in it. And I'm pretty sure recently they were able to bake in Voodoo graphics support into the core itself, which gives the core a lot more graphical horsepower to run decently heavy games for its day. But thank you guys for watching this completely unnecessary nostalgic hackery. If any of you are inspired to do a project like this or similar, please let me know in the comments. Or if you think I'm a straight fool for wasting my time on this, feel free to let me know in the comments as well. If you want to help the channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one.